Did you know growing massive, juicy tomatoes in Zone 9 is simpler than you think with the right tips? You can grow tomatoes so impressive your neighbors will be in awe. If you've ever dreamed of harvesting tomatoes that are the talk of the neighborhood, you're in the right place. Zone 9 offers a unique advantage: hot summers, mild winters, and perfect conditions for growing some of the biggest tomatoes you've ever seen. But it's not as simple as just planting a seed and hoping for the best. There are specific tricks to turning your garden into a tomato growing powerhouse, and today I'm sharing them all with you. By the end of this video, you'll know how to choose the right varieties, prepare your soil, and care for your plants to harvest tomatoes so huge you'll need both hands to hold them. Ready to grow the tomatoes of your dreams? Let's get started. The challenges of growing tomatoes in Zone 9. Let's be honest, gardening in Zone 9 isn't always a walk in the park. If you've tried growing tomatoes here, you've likely faced some tough challenges. Scorching heat that wilts your plants overnight, pests that show up out of nowhere, and soil that just doesn't want to cooperate. Sound familiar? And then there's the heartbreak of watching your tomatoes struggle. Blossoms dropping before they turn into fruit. Sun scald ruining your harvest, or worse, tiny, underwhelming tomatoes that don't even come close to what you imagined. It's enough to make you want to give up, right? But here's the good news, you're not alone. Many gardeners in Zone 9 face these same issues. The secret: learning how to work with your climate, not against it. And that's exactly what we're diving into next. Ready to turn those struggles into success? Let's go. Secret 1, choose the right tomato varieties. The first secret to growing massive tomatoes in Zone 9 is choosing the right variety. Not all tomatoes thrive equally, especially in hot climates. To grow massive, juicy tomatoes, you need to start with the right seeds or seedlings. Heat-tolerant and disease-resistant varieties are your best friends. These tomatoes are bred to handle intense summer heat and resist common pests and diseases. Some of my top picks for Zone 9 include Celebrity, a reliable producer with large, flavorful fruits. Solar Fire, specifically bred for hot climates. Heatmaster thrives in extreme heat while maintaining great taste. When shopping for seeds or seedlings, look for labels like heat-tolerant or disease-resistant. These small details make a huge difference. Also, decide between indeterminate and determinate varieties. Indeterminate tomatoes keep growing and producing all season great if you have space. Determinate varieties grow to a certain size and produce all their fruit at once, perfect for a big harvest in a shorter time. Choosing the right variety is like laying a strong foundation for your garden. Get this step right, and you're already halfway to growing mind-blowing tomatoes. Now, let's move on to the next secret: preparing the perfect soil. Secret 2, prepare the perfect soil. Tomatoes are heavy feeders, meaning they need nutrient-rich, well-draining soil to grow strong and produce those huge, juicy fruits you're dreaming of. But Zone 9 soils can be tricky. They're often sandy, lack organic matter, and dry out quickly in the heat. That's why proper soil preparation is so important. Here's how to get your soil tomato ready. Test your soil's pH. Tomatoes love slightly acidic soil, ideally between 6.0 and 6.8. A simple soil test kit from your garden center can help you check this. If your soil is too alkaline, lower the pH by adding sulfur or peat moss. Boost your soil's fertility, mix in organic matter like compost, aged manure, or well-rotted leaves. This improves texture, helps retain moisture, and gives your plants the nutrients they need. Work the soil deeply. Dig at least 6 to 8 inches deep to ensure the roots can spread and absorb nutrients efficiently. Don't forget mulch. A thick layer of mulch, like straw, wood chips, or grass clippings, helps regulate soil temperature, retain moisture, and keep weeds at bay. In Zone 9's hot summers, mulch is a game changer for keeping your tomato plants happy. One common mistake to avoid: over-fertilizing with nitrogen. Too much nitrogen gives you lots of leaves, but few tomatoes. Instead, use a balanced fertilizer when planting and switch to a high-potassium fertilizer once flowers appear to encourage big, healthy fruits. Secret 3: master watering and feeding. Tomatoes need consistent moisture, but soggy soil is a no-go. In Zone 9's scorching heat, striking that balance can be tricky. The key is to water deeply but less frequently. This encourages deep roots, which help your plants stay strong during hot spells. The best way to water? Use drip irrigation or soaker hoses. These deliver water directly to the roots, reducing evaporation and keeping leaves dry, which helps prevent diseases. If you're watering by hand, aim for the base of the plant, not the leaves. And always water in the early morning to give your plants time to absorb moisture before the sun gets too intense. Now, let's talk about feeding. Tomatoes are heavy feeders, so they need regular nutrients to produce big, juicy fruits. Start with a balanced fertilizer like a 10-10-10 mix when you first plant them. But here's the pro tip. Once your plants start flowering, switch to a high potassium fertilizer like a 5-10-10 mix. Potassium is essential for fruit development, and it's the secret to growing huge tomatoes. Bonus secret: pest and disease management. Even with perfect soil, watering and feeding, your tomatoes might still face some challenges. But don't worry, I've got you covered with some simple organic solutions. Common pests like aphids, hornworms, and whiteflies love tomato plants. To tackle these, use natural remedies like neem oil or insecticidal soap. You can also try companion planting grow basil, marigolds, or nasturtiums near your tomatoes to naturally repel pests. Fungal issues like blight and powdery mildew are common in Zone 9's humid climate. To prevent these, make sure your plants have good airflow. Prune the lower leaves and avoid overhead watering to keep leaves dry. Here's the big reveal: growing massive, juicy tomatoes in Zone 9 isn't just possible, it's totally doable when you follow these tips. Choose the right varieties, enrich your soil, master watering and feeding, and keep pests at bay. It's not about luck, it's about knowing what works. Imagine stepping outside and seeing your garden bursting with tomatoes so huge, they barely fit in your hands. That's not just a dream, it's your reality waiting to happen. Now, go make it happen! Did these tips help you? If so, hit that thumbs up button and share this video with a fellow gardener who wants to grow bigger, better tomatoes. I want to hear from you. What's your biggest struggle with growing tomatoes in Zone 9? Drop a comment below and I might answer it in an upcoming video. And if you love gardening tips like these, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Next time, I'll be showing you how to grow the sweetest strawberries in hot climates. You won't want to miss it.